knowing that we have to keep stats and actually be diligent about keeping stats is two different things. Um, I can tell you one thing, the schools where the owners keep stats, they know their numbers, they definitely grow. There's something about looking at your progress through the month that gets you totally excited. Like Steven tried for like a few months to get that 20 in the 20. He would have never have got that if he wasn't watching his stats. Because one month he got to 14, he was so excited, man, I almost got it. I got to 14. Next month he got to 18. I know I can do it. And that pushed him to get 20 by the 20th, which gave him another 11 days to go over his goal. So there's something about that. I switch it so you have to put your stats in every day. I like that too because it motivates me if I'm putting in, like I did a down payment on, like Dave, I think you put in that you got 2 new last night, and that gets you kind of excited because you're seeing the progress. When you go with 3 or 4 days and you haven't put in a new student in there, that also kicks you in the butt. I'm not gonna make my numbers. So it just motivates or inspires you. And again, Paul Garcia, the Bakers, they do stats all the time. And the schools that are growing fastest and the strongest financially, or I know that are doing that. Let me just pull this sheet up because I don't think Steven has even seen this yet. So this is the sheet. This is January. Um, so that this one is a went out late. Person just started doing it. A couple calculations were wrong. I had the founder of the who did these stats. He went to everyone's account. Everything is changed and everything's doing really good now. And so these are, I think, I don't want a ton of numbers, but I want like the warning lights on your dashboard. So leads, appointments, shows, enrollments. That's where it all starts out. So we know, okay, for this school to get 28 new students, it had 108 leads, really strong in the leads, 64 appointments, which isn't bad. That's kind of the average of most schools when they get leads and they make appointments, it's about 50%. Then seems another 50% from appointments to shows. So we're kind of on track. Can we do better? Yeah, we can do better. How much can we do better? Well, if we did by 10%, we would have signed up 30 something people instead of 28 something people. So if we just got 10% better, we can increase our gross by maybe $3,000. So it does all the work for you. So right now we're at 59% of leads to appointments, 48% appointments to shows. And this is a great number here. I've got to really give a pat on the back because we did 83% or 84% of people who had a chance to come in, they actually enrolled. So that's a really solid number. Very easy to do. Then we go into marketing expenses. This one we're just looking to see how much we pay to get every new student. So with this school, it's $398 for the website, $15 or $500 for Google Ads, social media $600, internet marketing or internal marketing $150. So total marketing expense is $1,648, 28 new members. This number I really like is the cost of acquisition or cost for a new member was $58. I was watching someone doing he has a school that does internet marketing. I think he kind of exaggerated a little here. And he goes, well, if I'm spending $1,600, let me just spend $3,200 and I'll sign up 56 students. I don't know if that necessarily works, especially if you're hitting the same target audience. I do know then when Steven Johnson and I were kind of looking at his numbers last June, I said, we don't want to slip back by the fall. In other words, I don't want to have dropouts in the summer and not sign a lot of people and not make any progress over the next 3 months. So we both agreed that he should go up on his ad spend. I don't know if Steve, would you go up 1,000 or 2,000?
I think I went up by half as much again, so probably up to 1,500 during the summer.
Okay.
And here's my lesson learned last year is I probably should have pulled the trigger on that 1 month earlier. to get that engine rolling in time to take full benefit of it. Because it was a little slow. By August, it really ticked up, but June and July were still a little soft.
Okay. So that's something we remember doing, but now when he starts looking at his last year stats, that's going to trigger that. And then he's got to decide he's going to spend what he did last year or even more. And as you guys know, that as you get more students, even if your quit rate stays the same, you lose more people. Because if you have a quit rate of 3 and you have 100 students, you lost 3 people. If you got 200, you're going to lose 6 people. 300, you're going to lose 9 people. So there's more people to replace if you want to keep growing. And then the last set of the stats is, let me just push it over a little. So monthly billing. So monthly billing is 19,000. Down payments of paid in fulls is 58. Events is 1,300. Merchandise is 59. Total revenue is 26,000. Quit rates is only 4, which is 1.32%. Student value is 121. So the numbers you have to put in again is the gross. We want to make sure that we're running at all 5 cylinders. So we have 5 income generators. We want to make sure we're doing money from each of them. We want to see our total number of students, because that's going to calculate the student value or the member value. And then you put in the number of quits and it automatically figures out your quit rates. So if we were kind of looking at this, is there anything that sticks out that we should address?
I think it's like for us, it's just gonna be a matter of looking, just accounting for what is event, what is merchandise and stuff like that. And I would ask too, like, when you're, say, like, if somebody enrolls like last night and they did 250 down, which also includes the first month, that would go in the downs and the paid in full, right? It wouldn't go into, or would you want that separated out where, like, okay, 170 of that was tuition?
And what was the other part?
Just the down payment.
So they did, the down payment is just to get that down to 170. Did they carry a bag of merchandise home?
Yes.
Yes.
How much of that was merchandise?
Whatever, $60.
Okay, well, that
40.
60 bucks should have been under here in merchandise. Is that what the 59.42 was?
Well, no, I don't think so. No,
Okay.
no, I didn't get back far enough in there to go and see what's merchandise. But what I'm saying is, like, when somebody enrolls, just an enrollment,
Yep.
and they didn't pay in full, they just put 249 down.
Yep. So that would go under down and paid in fulls.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
But I know what you're asking. It includes a gear package. That 249 includes a gear package. Do you want that separated out? The cost of the gear package? Because we make them buy the 249. It's no choice. It's 249. But, you know, in our heads, 170 of that is, you know, tuition. 60 of it is our actual cost of the merchandise and, you know, whatever, $20 enrollment fee to set up the app, whatever's left. So I think that's what he's asking is, do you want it separated out? That first down payment that people make.
If you tell them their 250 includes their equipment package,
Mhm.
you're giving that away for free.
Okay.
Okay. If you do one or two things, if you say I'm giving it away for free, then that's a cost to you, but you're not paying sales tax on it. If you break it out and put it over merchandise, anything goes with the merchandise has North Carolina sales tax on it. It's like when someone comes in, does a $9.95 and gets a free uniform. You didn't make $9.95. You gave away the uniform free, but you're not going to pay the 70-cent sales tax to the government. Does that kind of answer your question?
Yeah,
See, if you said it's $200 for the down payment, and then it's $50 for the gear package, and then you would put sales tax on the $50. But you're not doing that.
Not gonna do it.
Okay, all right. So that's your answer.
That's the answer.
Well, your quit rate's really good. I mean, you got to be proud of that. Number of quits is really, really small. You're at a 24 plus for the new month. Growing by 24 people 1 month is great. You know, at average $200 a month, that's like $4,000 difference in your income coming next month. So then, again, we go back to the beginning. I think everything looks pretty strong. I would see what I could do. Like we always talk about this, you know, when Johnny and Med started getting a better show up rate than everyone else, and he started saying, I did the video. Once I did the video, that bumped me up. So you can say, okay, if I had more people show, I would enroll more people because I'm getting 84% of the people. Oh, that may be a worthwhile project. Just like we're always working about leads to appointments, you know, going over our scripts. I've seen a lot of things on Facebook where a guy can get a hat that says call the damn leads. I don't know if you guys see that. I would buy that hat for all my instructors and all my staff members. Call the damn leads. So maybe we'll do more calls for that. But you know, that'd be something that may improve leads to appointments. I know Steve Johnson gets much better percentage of leads to appointments. He uses a different person than you guys are doing. And I don't know if it's just better targeted ads or whatever, but he's getting a better percentage. He's even doing just slightly higher than you guys in shows to enrollments. So if you kind of put in his statistics in there, well, it's kind of interesting to find out how much you could increase your gross and how much you could increase your new students. Let me just kind of stop this for now. Steve Johnson, when do you do your stats?
I do my stats every morning and about halfway through the night,
Okay. Do you
twice
do
a
that
day.
on your computer or on your phone?
I do everything on my computer because my fingers are too fat to work on a small phone.
No, Dalton and Dave, you can do it on both, right? With this, if you're doing Google, you just have to go to Google Share, and it's going to pop right up on your phone.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that yet. I didn't look at that yet.
Well, the only thing you have to do is if you're go to your Google account, you work at just google.com. There's like 9 little buttons, and you hit those 9 buttons, it'll say Google Share. Hit Google Share, and your stat sheet will come up. Johnny, when do you do your stats?
Like right now, like I was just doing it like while you were talking. I do every morning I do it because I'm out here in the nighttime. So
Okay.
I drop my kids at school. I unlock the studio, I come in my office, and the first thing I do is I take a basket of all the sales and money, and then I just start doing the stats. Yeah.
Okay. It's really important. Someone came online yesterday and gave his routine. His routine is really stacked in the morning. But if it's going to be becoming like habit, it's got to be part of your routine. So if you're going to drink your coffee, and after you do your coffee, you can do your stats. As soon as you come into your school and you turn the heat on or whatever, you're going to do your stats. But it has to become part of your routine. The biggest failure, again, is people not being consistent. They start, and they miss a couple days, and then it becomes less important to them, and then they go, and then they just give up. So decide when you're going to do them. It's just like I read Bible app every single morning, and it's right after I have breakfast. Then I do it, and not to brag or anything, but I just want to explain it. I have done the Bible app every week for 233 weeks in a row.
Wow.
That's a pretty good record. But again, I'm doing it at the same time of day. I love to read the Bible app. And I only do it for 20 minutes. It's not like I'm spending an hour or something, but it's just part of my habit. I have good habits and bad habits. That happens to be one of my good ones. Any questions on the stats as far as putting in the information?
No, I like it. As I've told you, you know, I've wanted to be able to understand and do that for a long time, and I like the way it looks. And I think, like you said, if there was a little bug in there, whatever it was, that you know, whoever you got helping you get that, they've got it, you know, so.
One of
think
the
it's-
problems it has is, like I looked at yours, and you only put in like 2 weeks of stuff, and then it had the average was like crazy. But he had it doing the average a day, even though there was a 0. So it took, since you started on the 25th, it divided all that by 25, and that's why your daily average is so low. So he stopped it so the 0. So people who just open Monday through Thursday, and they keep all their working days, it'll be calculated. So.
But like you said, 6 months or a year or whatever from now, it's gonna be you know, you really got something.
Yep.
That we can look back on where, you know, I finally got that business figured out with Spark. They fixed my website so I can go back and do dashboard history, which it should have been all the time, but we can do that. But this is so much better. This is right down to, like you said, this is the nuts and bolts of what we want to see.
Mhm.
If there's something else you dream up, you know, you can always add it in there.
Yeah.
But
Well, the nice way that his sheet is set up is over day over day over day, is at some point it would be interesting to find out if different days of the week from a lead and appointment perspective work better than other days of the week, and then dial in on what's happening on that day that seems to work better. You know, did someone have more coffee that day than they